Good job in the first quarter of just, matching their physicality and knowing how they were going to play. I thought we just had a good quarter, and then, we just had a tough second quarter, couldn't make a shot. Turnovers really hurt us. I think they had 17 out of their 55 points at the half, turnovers. And it's tough to absorb that, when obviously we're going to have a little bit of a tough night scoring based on who we don't have playing. So that hurt us, but I thought we came out in that third quarter. And, we didn't win the quarter, but I thought it was good enough, but you got to have a big quarter to get back in it, Just didn't really have enough, man.
Is Scoot still on a minutes restriction? Is that why you took him out at the end?
I've asked you this a couple of times, Chauncey. With this team being so shorthanded now, is that an opportunity for the style, the imprint of the team to kind of show through, even though you don't have guys? Like stylistically, even though you don't have your primary initiators, but you've got a style that you want to play. Do you think that you can use these opportunities to show that it doesn't matter who's out there, to kind of have it build up a little bit?
What we try to do is just that. Like, it doesn't really matter. It's not like when 3 or 4 guys aren't playing, we run totally different plays. We still want to play the same way. And I think for the most part, we end up doing that, and then sometimes you got so much youth on the floor that you can't get to the sets. Teams step up the pressure, and the timing of the play is off. We turn it over, or we shortcut the play and shoot a tough shot, or inexperience just peaks. It just peaks his head up, and you can't really get to much, And even that, those are opportunities to teach. To teach our guys and make them understand where the game kind of went left and why, because sometimes they just understand, like, dang, we had a tough second quarter, but they don't understand why, though. They don't understand that it was some of those turnovers or bad decisions or rim decisions, or some of the shots we took were actually turnovers, because we didn't have a chance at it. So it's great teaching opportunities, but we try to play the same way regardless of who's out there. But, obviously it's going to look a little different when you got shooting around, when you can drive and kick and that's a shot maker there, or, it's going to look a little different.
When you have not overmanage, but maybe take the reins back a little bit.
Yeah. What I usually have to do is call the sets. I usually have to call the plays. But I don't like doing that as much, because you might have Scoot or Atlanta, whoever, like, kind of on the move in like a secondary break action. I see that there's no advantage, but now I got to slow them down and call a play just so we can actually kind of get organized before it gets out of control. So just things like that, that sometimes I will slow them down, and sometimes I just want to see what's going to happen, because at some point they got to figure it out as well. But that's the main thing that I have to kind of take over, is just some of the play calling and some of our secondary break action.
What do you like about the way Justin played tonight? It seemed like to me like he was maybe the most impactful he's been all season tonight.
Yeah. I just thought everything, he fought defensively. He denied the ball. He got deflections. He got rebounds. That's kind of the Justin that, we fell in love with last year when we got him. He's all over the place. And he made an impact in this game today, and I was happy to have him out there. I wish would be so many great opportunities for Roops. Yesterday and today, if he wasn't a little banged up, but good. Justin played well.
Do you think Ryan's going to be good this trip?
I don't know. Maybe at some point on a trip, but I know that he needed a few days. He's such a hard worker, man. He needed a few days.
What would you think about the way Tamani embraced the challenge of defending Brunson, Ochi. You know, he seemed to get into it a little bit with Brunson tonight, which was nice.
Yeah. I wasn't surprised at all. That's Tumani's. That's two superpower. Is his physicality defensively, his length, guarding the basketball. That's kind of his thing. That's where he helps us at the most, to be honest with you. And we all had our hands full dealing with Jalen tonight. I thought he put on a clinic in the game. His patience. He just manipulated the defense the whole night. He got everybody in foul trouble. He put on a masterful performance.
You mentioned, before the game tonight that, a game like yesterday is a lot of teaching moments. With Scoot, he got in foul trouble last night, struggled from the field tonight. Is that a situation where you don't need to say much, or how do you communicate with a young player at his age to make sure that he's on track off a couple of rough games?
Yeah, you gotta change it up sometimes. Sometimes you right after the game you talk to him. Sometimes you text him late at night. Sometimes you watch the next morning. You watch it. After the emotion has gone down. Scoot is he's so competitive. He's so competitive. You can see him out there. In games if a guy scores on him or if he turns it over, like he's really hard on himself. So I gotta I change up how I address. Scoot. And this is not only when he's struggling, this is when he's playing well too. As we're learning each other, I've learned and